Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if it's the first time you've been here. This is the first of a series of videos that is going to be me unhauling tons of books, hopefully. That's the aim. And then I'm going to finish off, because I'm going to try and get every single book out of the loft. The ones that I'm keeping, like some of my collections as well, I'm going to do on separate videos. So you'll see whatever I've got left of my cartoonist collection. I'll show you I'll put some other things together, you know, like Mad Magazine books, the science fiction vintage boxes I've got. I'll do those separately as well. But I'm going to start off this series of videos with my biggest attempt so far to try and unhaul as many books as I can. So I have actually got rid of about 250, 300 books in the last 6 months. 6 to 8 months, but I need to get rid of more because I've got too many. I haven't got the space for all this stuff. The loft is full of it. So I've got about 350 books in front of me. I'm going to try and break these videos up into about 20 minutes or so, because I clearly won't be able to get through all of this in one video, I don't think. But that's the plan anyway. So there's going to be a series of these videos. And, you know, you might be interested to see the books. You might be interested to know whether I'm keeping them or not. I'm going to do 4 piles. So 4 piles. First pile is going to be books that I've read that I'm not going to keep anymore. Then there'll be books that I've read that I am going to keep, that I treasure in some way, or that they are like first division books. Books that I haven't read that I don't think I'm going to read, that I've just decided I've had it so long, I don't think I'm going to read it. And then books that I haven't read that I really want to read, that I don't want to get rid of yet. So there are a few books in this lot that I know I've bought paperback copies and they're hardbacks, that kind of thing. So if I've got offered their doubles, then I'm getting rid of them for that reason as well. So I've got some doubles as well. So I'm trying to be as brutal as I can, but let's get on with it. I'll try and get through as many videos, as many books as I can. I've had no sleep. I've been taking all these books from the loft downstairs. I've had no sleep. So anyway, I thought I'd do a video to try and maybe encourage me to be as brutal as I can. So let's go. Let's start. Right. So Clara and the Sun by Ishiguro. I have now got a paperback version of this, and I prefer paperbacks. This is going. So the pile that's going can be there. Dangerous Hero. This is a book about Jeremy Corbyn. I've had this for quite a while. This was bought as a Christmas present, and I was and am a big Jeremy Corbyn fan. I'm probably going to find that a bit depressing. I haven't read it, and I don't think I'm going to read it because it was such a huge big deal the way they treated him. So yeah, not a thing. I'm starting well. The folio book of comic stories. I got this second hand because it was folio book, which is cool, and I thought it might be quite cool, but it's not really sold itself to me while I've had it. So it's going. Nick Carter book. I read this in the Garb August 1.5 in February. And I've no need to keep Nick Carter books, so that's going. This is a double, so I have got I have got 2 of these. I have got 2 of these. Castle of Wizardry I have already, so this one that's not quite as good condition is going. Also true for this other one, which is A Magician's Gambit, which is book number 3 in the Belgariad. So that's going as well. I've got double of that. Let's have a look. I bought this for Sean Stanfast's Desert Island Books thing that I did with him, and I wanted like one compendium of all of the books, but I've got them separately, and I'd rather have them separately. So this is going. Snow Crash. I bought that and got all excited about the fact I had it, but I've had it quite a while and I haven't read it, so I don't think I'm going to keep it. And if I do read it, I'll probably be able to find it in the library, but it's going. I seem to have lots of let's have a look at this. Oh, okay. I can't move some things because it will make a massive avalanche of books. Let's have a look at this lot. Benjamin Zephaniah Face. I haven't read that yet, and I do want to read it. So this is one of the ones I'm keeping. Nova 2 science fiction stories edited by Harry Harrison. That can go in my vintage sci-fi section, like the boxes. Yeah, some good stuff there. Yeah, I need to keep that. Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I don't need to keep this. I think I'll be able to find it again if I want to reread it. I did enjoy it, but I'm gonna get rid of that. Jodie Taylor's One Damn Thing After Another. I really like this series, and I'm gonna keep it even though this is the first in the series and I've read it already. I would like to do a video about the whole series once I've read them all, but she keeps releasing new ones, so it gets very hectic. But I do like this, so I'm going to keep that. The Martian. See, I've probably got more than one copy of this, but I have to make sure I've got one copy. So I'm going to keep this, and if I find another one in this lot or in another batch, then I'll get rid of that. But I'll know that I've definitely got one. I love this book very much. Okay. A A-level textbook on Italian fascism. You know, Mussolini, all that. I'm going to get rid of this. 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. See, I might like that. I love the red paper. I might like that, but I think I'm going to get rid of it because I feel like if I want to read it, I can get it out of the library or I can find it again. So I'm trying to be brutal. Thing is, though, I can't be brutal on stuff like this. This is a very unusual and rare history book that I do treasure. So I don't want to keep every history book I find, but I do want to keep this one on the German Peasants' War. It's a really interesting part of history. If you're interested in peasant revolts, there's a lot going on in Germany. Obviously, a long time before it was Germany. It wasn't Germany when this book is set. So that's a little bit of a misleading title. But yeah, this was quite an expensive book as well. But that's not the reason why I'm keeping it. So I'm going to try and get rid of the ones that were expensive, not just keep them. But this is another really interesting history book, Russia's First World War. They were in a terrible state during that period. Lots and lots of starving Russians. So yeah, it's a really interesting read. So I'm going to keep that because I'm bound to want to read it again. Okay, the first of the Farscape books. Have to keep it. Farscape. Have to keep it. Another Farscape book. This is the first season, by the looks of it. That was season 3. This is the first season. I love Farscape very much. The new Trek program guide. Do I need to keep this? This is really good. It came out halfway through DS9, so it's every episode of Next Generation reviewed and discussed and synopsis and all that, plus about half of the DS9 ones. I'm going to unhaul it. There you go. Done it. Tau Zero. Paul Anderson. I wouldn't mind keeping this, actually. I think I probably will reread it one day. And it's not that common. This was quite a cheap version. This is very good. It's new, so it's very good condition. And I haven't had it that long. And currently you can get these SF Masterworks quite easily, but I don't know if that's always going to be the case. So I'm going to keep it. I don't know what to do about this one. The Fall of Hyperion. I do love the first book. How interested am I in reading the others? I don't know. I'm going to put that in the... I don't know. I was very pleased to find it. I'm going to put it in the ones to keep for now. So I know I've got the... yeah, I can see the other two. I've got the N.K. Jemisin trilogy, the Broken Earth trilogy, and I read the first one. I liked it, but I didn't love it, and I didn't like it enough to want to read the last two. Well, I did want to read the last two but now I'm not that bothered. So I'm actually going to unhaul all 3 of those. So the whole trilogy is going, because I'm trying to be a bit more harsh. And I can get them at the library probably. The Republic of Pirates, I was thinking of reading this for the Historathon. I don't know, I'm reading quite a lot at the minute, but I might have to just get rid of this. This is a non-fiction book about pirates that I actually bought in Cornwall. I remember buying it. But that's going. Owen Jones, The Establishment, another book that I really was excited to have, but I think I would have read it by now, or even flicked through it if I was going to read it. So I like Owen Jones, but I'm not going to read it. So I'm going to get rid of that one. Tales of Yonder, Jane Yolen. This is a really good book actually, and I'd like to reread it. And my plan actually is to reread it after I've done my fairy tales and folklore deep dive, and then I'm going to end with books like this, which are kind of draw on it and write their own new stories on it. So I'm going to keep that. This is a book by a comedian, Bridget Christie, and she was really funny on Taskmaster, and I thought, I found this, I saw it, and I thought, oh, I'll get it and see what it's like. I could get rid of it after I've read it, but I think I'm gonna keep it and read it. I bought this, I Shall Not Hate, and I was very excited to have it because it was a really interesting book on, according to the back, about the Israeli-Palestine war. It's from the point of view of a nurse that was or a doctor that was dealing with both sides. I would like to read it. I'm going to keep it. I'll keep it. The Wasp Factory. I think this is quite easy to get hold of, but I'm going to read it before I get rid of it. But I want to read this soon because I don't know if I want to keep it once I've read it. The Story of the English Language by Bill Bryson. I'm always interested in this sort of thing, but I think I'm probably more interested in the idea of reading about it than actually reading about it, because I don't seem to get to the point where I'm actually reading about it. Maybe I need to meet Bill Bryson and have a pint with him and he can tell me all about it. But I'm going to get rid of this book because I haven't read it yet, and I think I would have done by now if I was that bothered. I have a nicer version of the Annihilation now. So it's kind of like a striking cover. It's a very good cover. So I'm gonna get rid of this because this is like a duplicate. And out of the 2 versions, this is the one I like the least. And I used to love this book, and I would probably still like this book, but I'm going to get rid of it to try and be harsher. And it's basically lots of British comedians being interviewed and just talking about comedy and their experiences and stuff. It's very good, to be fair. It's a very good book with like anecdotal stuff. So yeah, but I'm gonna get rid of it. This is a novel that looked interesting on the back. It's kind of like a dystopian horror thing, I think. Set in a hospital, but I haven't read it. I don't think I'm going to read it really, so I'm going to get rid of it. This is one of my key textbooks when I did my history degree, and I don't know. I am torn. I remember thinking it was a really good one. I quite enjoyed reading it. I'm going to keep it. Okay, 2 Gene Wolfe books, Shadow of Torture and The Claw of the Conciliator. So these are the 2 books of the, what they called? The Book of the New Sun. And I don't know, I've had them a while and I'm not massively drawn to read them. What people say about them doesn't really attract me, even though everyone says how much they love them. The reasons why I love them don't draw me in, so I don't know. I'm going to get rid of them, and then I'll get them again if I want to read them. To Kill a Mockingbird, one of the greatest books ever written. I love this book, but I can probably get it again from the library if I want to read it. So I'm going to get rid of it for that reason. So I do love this book. It's a fantastic book, very important book, but I'm going to get rid of it. I've got 2 of these because my son bought me all 3 of the first 3 books. He's got 4 now, but at the time he'd released 3, and my son bought me the first 3. So this is going. Okay. Another Owen Jones book called Chavs, The Demonisation of the Working Class. It's a very interesting subject. Oh God, this is perfect condition if anyone wanted it. I think I'm gonna get rid of it. I don't think I'm gonna read it. Alice Walker. I absolutely love The Colour Purple. I was thinking about doing my top 10 non-genre books, and The Colour Purple would definitely be in there. But anyway, this is Alice Walker and the Third Life of Grange Copeland. I don't know this book. Would I read it? I haven't read it yet, and I've had it quite a while. I'll keep it. This one I can get rid of because I've got duplicates of this, and actually I've got 2 duplicates. So The Wonderful World of Henry Sugar, 2 copies of it I can get rid of because I've got a 3rd. Ballad of Lee Cotton. I was very attracted to this when I got it. Oh, I noticed it's a birthday present as well. Right, I'll keep it. I'll keep that. I know I've got 2 of these, The War on Heresy. So this is a really good book, but I'm going to get rid of it. It's a very good book though. This was a book that I read and I wasn't that keen on it, so I'm going to get rid of it. Limbo, Bernard Wolfe. Not all of the SF Master books are fantastic, you know. It's got to be said. Where are we? Let's see what's here. I've hardly broached the subject and I'm on 17.5 minutes here. Shards of Earth by Tchaikovsky. I don't really want to get rid of any Adrian Tchaikovsky books at the minute, so I'm going to keep this. But whether or not I keep it once I've read it, I don't know. I haven't read it yet, so I'll keep that. I've got more than 1 copy of this. I keep seeing it as well, second hand. So I definitely don't need to keep this one at least because I've got another copy of it. But I do need to make sure I've always got 1 copy of this because it's one of my favourite books. But I'll get rid of this one. True Grit. Oh, True Grit. See, I've only just read this and I love this book. It was really good. At the minute, I'm going to keep it. But I might get rid of it later. I might not reread it. I don't know, but I'm gonna keep it for a minute. Let's see these. Starship Troopers. I haven't read this yet, so I will ditch it once I've read it. But I'm gonna keep it with reading it in mind. I do definitely know I need to read it. There's 2 here that I bought for June on the Range that I didn't get to. There's Jane Grey one, Boulder Dam, and Last Stage to Gomorrah by Barry Cord. And I bought these specifically for June on the Range because they looked interesting and it was from a whole pile of stuff. So I'm going to keep these for next year's June on the Range. Kate Bush lyrics, keeping that obviously. Some Anne McCaffrey. I've got quite a lot of Anne McCaffrey. I've just recently rebought them to reread them again, so I'm gonna keep this. All of the main Anne McCaffrey stuff I've got, but I'm hoping that I'll get rid of them once I've read them again. That's my plan. So there'll be some other books of hers coming up probably. What else is there? John Hegley, 5 Sugars Please. I love John Hegley. Very funny poet. I'm keeping this. So this is fantasy Adrian Tchaikovsky, and I'm pretty sure I've got the whole trilogy of this, or at least I don't know if I have actually, But anyway, I'm keeping this because, like I said, I don't want to get rid of Adrian Tchaikovsky stuff yet. The Rats, James Herbert. I could get rid of this. I read this last year for Go Up August. I think I kept it in case I wanted to develop a collection of vintage horror, and I probably will end up with a collection, but I'm not going to keep this. Homer's The Odyssey. I'm going to keep this, and I probably will reread it soon, but I think I'd keep it even if I didn't reread it. But anyway, The Odyssey, something I studied at college. Okay, this is Tom Holt, Nothing But Blue Skies. I like Tom Holt, and I want to read all the ones I've got, and I haven't read this one yet. I've only just bought this, actually. So I don't like the fact it's a hardback. I prefer paperbacks, but I will read this at some point. So I'll keep it. This is an interesting one because I don't really feel connected to it, but I got it. I think I bought it new. Oh, no, I didn't. I bought it cheap. I bought it second-hand. And I was quite pleased to see it, but I don't know. I don't think I'm going to read it, really. So I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to keep it. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, John Scalzi, the Kaiju Preservation Society. So I bought this as soon as it came out because I'm a big John Scalzi fan. I think what I'm gonna do when I come across his books, I'm gonna keep my favourite ones, or the few I've got that I haven't read. So this isn't one of my favourite ones. It was good, and I would recommend you read it, but it's not brilliant. It's just good, very enjoyable, bit of fun. But I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm trying to be brutal. I'm gonna get rid of it. A few more, and then I'll leave it for another video. So what have I got here? Orlando Figg's classic Russian history book, A People's Tragedy. See, I'd like to keep this, but if I do get rid of it, it gets rid of a big chunk of space in it because it's massive. It's a really good book, though. It's one of the best books on Russian history. So it covers from 1891 to 1924, so when loads of things happened. And I'm going to have to keep it. I'm going to keep it. I might ditch it later. I want to keep it now. And then a couple more. Oh, I'm definitely going to get rid of this because I didn't even like it much. Zelazny's Road Marks. I was really gutted because I liked Zelazny, but I didn't like this. I thought it was okay, and I thought the concept was good, but it just meandered along, and it was just really weird, kind of sort of nonsense, really. So I didn't really like that much. So I'm going to get rid of that. Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine. I read the back, looked interesting, but I'm not really that bothered about reading it, really. But if I do suddenly get the urge, I see it everywhere in loads of charity shops, so I don't think it's going to be hard to find it again if I want to. So I'm going to get rid of it. And then, what's this? So Spider Robinson's Callahan's Key. I've got loads of Spider Robinson books that are in this series of oh god, what's the first one called? Callahan's Cross Time Saloon. That's where they come from. That's like the first book in the series, and I'm definitely going to read them before I get rid of them. So I've only read the first two, but I'm going to read the others. So I've got a bunch of others. So I'm going to keep this. Again, it's a bit annoying that it's hardback. So if I do like it, I'll try and find them on softback. But they're quite rare, to be honest, these books. So I'll keep that. Terry Pratchett Discworld graphic novels. This was in the Terry Pratchett box I've got. I've got a big plastic tub full of Terry Pratchett books. I need to put this back in there. So it's not one of the like the classic illustrated ones. This is a graphic novelization, but yeah, I'm going to keep this. So far, the ditching pile is bigger than the keep pile, which is good. Right, I'll see you in part 2.